Hey lifers, Break It Billy coming to you from the garage, and I got another special episode coming to you with some more fun toys sitting on that table right there. Yep, we're talking about the Eastwood High-Capacity Tube Bender, and we're gonna be setting it up right now. And this is going to be actually a two-part series. So we're going to set up the bender, and then we are going to add a hydraulic pneumatic ram to it. So it makes it a whole lot easier to bend the tubing when the bender isn't bolted to the floor. And that's the name of the game. So let's get this thing set up. Part one, Reaper's in the background. And as soon as it's done, we're going to start bending some tube. But it's going to be a little bit, so let's dive in. Here we go. All right, guys. So, as I said, we have the Pittsburgh 8-ton air hydraulic ram. So that means this cylinder right here is going to provide the pneumatic pressure needed to press this ram out the end. So it's a full extension ram, and it hooks up to the air hose right there. Really nice, comes with the air chuck already on it. It can also be used as normal hydraulic with the pump right here, so you can use it like that. We have the die set right here for the Eastwood High-Capacity Tube Bender, part number 21115. And there's the QR code right there. Got this from Eastwood. Great packaging. We're gonna do some unboxing. Everything is super oiled up to make sure it doesn't rust. Nice brass bearings and fittings right there. Has the angle plate right on top. I also picked up the Eastwood stand to go along with the bender as well. So this is crucial to set everything up, and it's really nice actually. Solid, looks like 4-inch by 2-inch tube. Nice C-channel base plate. You can bolt it to the floor, or you can set it up with a base or something of the sort. I'm actually going to build a base for this, so that's going to be another part of the second episode. So make sure you stick around for that. But very detailed instructions. Everything's laid out very clearly, and we're gonna dive into this. So let's start unboxing, and we have to start identifying some of the parts. Here we go. All right, guys, as we can see, so I started to lay everything out, but look how organized, really nice. Everything's packed in this hard styrofoam. Everything else is wrapped really nicely. All the different plates, the angle plate. So we're going to start diving into this, and it starts off to say that we're going to take one of these lower plates and lay it correctly down on the work surface. The key is there are some tapped sections in this plate, and they need to be in the correct orientation. So we're going to dive into that and keep on working through this. I'm going to set the camera off to the side so I can continue to work and talk. So here we go. All right, guys, so we're going to walk through the assembly of this tube bender from Eastwood. And I'm going to put on some gloves because all of this stuff is coated in nice oil, which is to prevent, rusting during shipping and storage. And definitely it's going to keep this nice over time, but obviously when using it, it's going to be an oily mess. I prefer not to have it all over my hands. Let's go in my house. Again, like I usually do. All right, so base plate. According to the instructions, there's 2 M8 holes tapped in the bottom there, so that they need to go underneath towards the bottom. And then it says take a 4-inch block of wood or something similar and place it between the frame plate and the upper. So this gives me about 4 inches with that roll of electrical tape, because it's not quite 4. Next one, place this one on top, just like so. And we're gonna have to give some of these a little free play. We need to line up the holes and use letter L and insert D and C. All right, letter L. I'm assuming it is. They do have a really nice layout of everything, so L is the smaller one. If I can get it out. All right, L goes through like so. Next, we're going to use D. All right, one of the long bolts. Just secure it all together. That goes through this one. All right, washer on top. Through the spacer plate. Through the bottom hole. Swing it out towards the edge, bolt went through, drop washer, and now we're gonna go on just like so. All right. Place it in. Only leave finger tight. All right. Bolt and frame spacer. Drive link assembly. All right, next piece. That is these pieces. This over here. Both of these point, the brass bushings point outwards, like so, and like so. All right. Next, using the smaller bolts and spacers, we are going to assemble this side, finger tight as well. Set aside for further installation into the frame. All right, so ratcheting assembly, we're going to add right now, but as we said in this episode, we are going to be placing this hydraulic ram into this tube bender. I'm going to assemble it with the ratcheting assembling first, just so we can put it all together and get an idea of what I need to do to place this into the full assembly. So, continue to assemble this. So we need to place the ratchet blade end end of the ratcheting assembly, the ratcheting link here. Using this hardware, that loose as well. All right, so the next we have to install the ratcheting lever system here. So installing the drive link assembly. We need an Allen key for that. Uses a 5/32 Allen. We're going to tighten it just a hair in the middle. We're not fully locking this down yet because, as I said, it's going to come back apart once it's fully assembled. All right. So that's easy, and there towards the outside. So next we have to install the drive link subassembly into the frame. So we're going to take it out. Here. They fit exactly. Give a little tap action. Fell out the bottom, but we're still going good. All right, so next, now that'll always stay together. So this actually goes on this side. Yep. It's placed in through here. So this bolt, this nut. There we go. Another washer, and another nut on the bottom. Yeah, we're in business. All right, that's all correct. All right. Now, since we got it to this part, we actually need to mount it to the tube bender. So what we're going to do is get the spacer plate out that is used between. This is the Eastwood bender stand, which I'm going to be using. Spacer plate. Take these nuts off the bottom. This is going to be the tricky part. All right. So we are in business. 1 and 2. Got us started. Yes, once we tighten everything up, it will pull in. I also have to put the die in that side. So that is explained in the next section. So once I get to that, we'll be right there. All right, so I'm gonna tighten these bolts down real quick, and that's gonna get us started. Jeez. Well then. All right. Next, this side gets the die. Which, we can put it in the correct way. That looks correct. I think. Oh, front row. I screwed up. Screwed up. So basically I installed one of these plates upside down. And I didn't realize it. Top, this one needs to flip. All right, so. Take that out. This one out. Take the die out. Take these out. Unbolt. Flip. Rebolt, put back in. And that's why it says don't tighten all the way. Make sure these suckers are incorrectly. They're definitely correct now. Monstrosity. Place it in there. The big center pin. Center pin in. I am learning just as much as everybody else is learning, just so you know. All right. So this pin here, tubing. Last pin. Hold the strap on. All right. Next, torque down the outers. All right, guys, so next what we need to do is insert this roll pin into this hole. So I'm going to take it over to the vise and tap it in over there. What we're doing is we're going to set the height of this piece, which is the tube holder that goes onto the base stand. And we're going to set that in relation to how this die is sitting into the actual component. So. So we're close, but we actually inserted a little too much, so we need to pull it out just a hair. All right, now I probably pulled it out too much, but that's okay, because what I can do is now tap it into place where actually it's right on the money. Perfecto. Yep, lines right up. And that's just to kind of guide it as you put that tube in there. So next and lastly is to put the angle finder on it, which we're going to do right like so. Nice tapped area on the back. Don't want to over tighten it. It is plastic, I mean, it is a stiffer plastic. And then lastly, we are going to put the plate on the bottom, which uses the last few bolts. Grab a little ratchet for it. And this goes on those two plates underneath.